And we're back. We're back. We made it, and I'm proud. I'm so proud because anybody who was, we want a real one, we would have dropped this show like a bad habit, but we're sticking it out. And we getting through these Mayfair Witches on these Mayfair Mondays. Welcome in, you guys. Happy to have you here. Be sure to leave your comments below if you are watching the show, where you think it's headed, or if you're not watching the show and you're just here to be entertained, let us know that as well. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and go and venture off into some territory if this is your first time seeing any of the ladies here on this panel. We ain't gonna waste no time because who wants to waste time with Mayfair? Ashley, I'm gonna bring you out first. Are you ready to talk Mayfair Witches?
Not I, said the cat. Tyra, I don't know what was worse. I don't know if it was Lasher in his flower girl costume, if it was, the random makeshift tent in the middle of the ceremony, or if it was Julian taking over Cortland's body. But they've got to be stopped. Esta Spalding, you must be stopped. You must do time. This should be a federal crime, what she has done and what she is doing.
Now she got
But
to
yeah,
do
I'm ready
time.
to talk about it.
Do time. She got what she got to do time. Real time. How much time she got to do, Ashley, to be forgiven for the show?
25 to life.
Okay,
25.
let's move on. Bringing her out. We missed her last week, and yeah, we're happy to have her back. Quana, are you ready to talk Mayfair Witches?
I guess I missed y'all too, but my goodness. I just was hoping that in the week I was gonna be gone, something magical was gonna happen. It didn't. So we here now. We're here now to talk about this show that is rapidly coming to an end, and
Praise God.
thank goodness.
Quana said, and I ooped, it didn't, but we're here. Last but not least, C Superior is in the back, and she always finds a bright spot in something. I wonder if she found some bright spots in this most recent episodes. C, are you ready to talk Mayfair?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I found that the bright spot in this episode was that it is the one before the last episode of the season. That's the bright spot, though.
You know what? I'll take that. See, we take absolutely what we can get. But getting into these overall thoughts here, I'm gonna go first in stating that, you know what? I wasn't half mad at this episode for once.
Cool.
This episode for me had some bright spots of what this show could have potentially have been if somebody really committed to the writing and the storyline and having character growth between Julian, Ian, uh Cortland. I mean, nobody's gonna like Rowan. We're not talking about Rowan. We're never gonna be talking about Rowan. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about everybody but Rowan. There could have been some siblings of a really good story here. I was not completely mad at this episode, and Lasher didn't piss me off like he usually does, so that's a bright spot for me. Ashley, overall thoughts?
It was fine. Oh, God. Give me this in the beginning. If we are going to go down the Lasher Road, give me this history in episode 2 or 3. And I don't want it rushed through like they did. Oh, yes, my mother was a so and so and I did this. Build this before, y'all. Oh no, the Taltos were good. So it must mean that the Mayfairs are inherently nefarious. But give that to us in the beginning. Again, it was fine. It's not a penultimate episode that I would ever want. I feel like this should have been one of the base foundation episodes very early on, at least segments of it. But I do think it had potential. I like Ian kind of as this villain. I really enjoy him and Julian's kind of, psycho father-son relationship. I'm absolutely here for that. But the rest of it, I was just like I feel about the rest of it. But if they would have based it around this, I think we would have had a much better viewing experience all along.
Yeah, I was like, if y'all were gonna do this, we should have been over there in Ireland quite some time ago. We should have been there and left New Orleans. Quanta, overall thoughts?
As Ashley was talking, I couldn't help but think two things. One, this show probably would have been better if it had been a period piece. If the background stuff had been the premise of the show, that it might have been a little bit better, because Interview with the Vampire is a period piece, and people tend to lock in more. I don't know, it's something about period pieces that just make people kind of lock in a little bit more, because they want to unpack this world that they haven't been into. And so I will say what this episode does give is it gives a little bit interesting, just simply because we're in a new territory that we haven't been before. But I was struggling with this episode because I was like, this is the penultimate episode. We don't know if it has been canceled, if they got another season coming. We don't know what's going on. But I don't care about any of these people. And I just kept thinking to myself, Game of Thrones, I was sad. Season one, Ned Art, I was like, we only knew that man for what, 10 episodes? And I was shooketh. I was inconsolable. And there's not a single person on this show who could drop down in 2 seconds, and I would not care less. But I must give it up to Rowan and the cleavage on this episode. I was like, okay, we finally got a little sexiness going on. Okay, I see you. I mean, you over here playing mother of the groom with the cleavage out, but I was like, hey, ma'am, okay, I see you.
I was not Quan. I say, put those. That is inappropriate. Put those up at this function. Where are you going? This is what they gave you to put on. What are they expecting you to do?
I breastfeed her baby.
See, overall thoughts.
I said it a little bit before, that I feel like it's more interesting when we don't focus so much on Rowan, when we get more of the other characters. Cortland is very interesting, like everyone agrees. Ian, interesting. But it's just when we get too much with Rowan. Rowan just kind of kills it. But yeah, I didn't hate this episode. I thought that it was, it was on to something, right? It was on something. But it didn't take it all the way there. And honestly, maybe with the right editing, I feel like it got stronger as the episode went on. Actually, I think it started off weaker than what it ended. So I'll give it that. It ended with a bang.
I think if they learned how to really build suspense and not be as predictable, we could have some singers here. But everything, and I think it's because we're basing the universe around Rowan, and she just can't seem to see the forest for the trees, and we're just left holding our sticks in our hand every single time. Oh man, okay. Lark. The way we had a deep rooted discussion about hoping that Lark was more than meets the eye, hoping that he was just more than a love interest, hanging on to, Rowan's every word, and that he would be in some use, whether he had his own agenda for the work that he does with the blood and everything, or if he was in some way connected to Ian. This was all some big alley-oop planning. Ha ha, we got you. This episode, I feel like they made it clear that's not what this is. He is just that love interest, and he is here to have Rowan go, sit down. You wouldn't want me to hit off the love of your life, would you? Mm-hmm. Pipe down. Not only are you hurting me, hurting the baby, but now you're hurting your man. So now we're useless, Lark. If we couldn't be a villain, did we have to also be useless? Please say it ain't so. See, is Lark useless?
He's worse than useless. Now he's actually a hindrance to the plan. It's like you're here, and now I can't do what I want to do, because if I do, I'm going to hurt you. So he's worse than useless. And I do think that I thought it was clever how they used the scene with him sleeping with that little girl.
Yeah,
because in the book, is rampant in the book. But they use it here as if, he was, under a spell or unconscious. So I guess that's how they try to trickle it in without really going as crazy as the book went. And I appreciate that they didn't take it all the way there, but they still tried to pay tribute to the contents of the book. Okay. But yeah, I feel like, Lark is a little bit worse than useless now. He's just making it worse.
I mean, at least they tied it back. I thought she was giving him the Basic Instinct last episode. Just cause I guess that was, we're tying that back. Appreciate the continuity. Quana, is he completely useless? Can we expect anything from Clark, or is this it?
No, and if you didn't have this man's name on the screen, I still would be calling him Jonah. I still don't know this man. He better be glad I know him as Jonah. He was useless last episode. I don't know why she thought to bring this mortal man along. What did she need him for? And unless I blinked and missed it, where they weren't on his private jet. They was on the train with a bunch of regular people. So I'm like, why did you bring him along? You don't need him. What can he actually do? He hasn't done anything this whole entire time but get in the way. And I'm gonna be wrong to pick. Was she gonna be big and bad and not care, or is she gonna be in her feelings? Because this point, girl, it's too much going on. I need you to go ahead and stab somebody. Come on, do something. Somebody's heart, do something. You over here, pity patting around, but you came in like gangbusters, like you was all big and bad. Make my mind up for me, please.
I if they were going to go this route, we should have at least introduced him as, oh, this is a long lost love of Rowan's life, and this is the shoulda, coulda, woulda. The disdain she had when he touched down is
There's
not
no chemistry between them.
None at all. It's just not matching. So now we're like, we putting stuff on pause for Lark. Oh Lord, Ashley, Lark.
Esther never ceases to disappoint me. Again, I had hope for Lark. I had damn hope for Moira, and they are fatal disappointments in my book. Like, literally, you've got all the genius in the world. You have this special kind of secret company. You're talking to people on the phone. You're getting tests run. And you mean to tell me all you are at the end of the day is a liability, Lark? That's all you are. That's all you are, little buddy. You're bound to the bloodline now. So if I go upside Ian's head, it's gonna hurt Lark. I don't give a damn, and neither does Rowan. Let's be honest. Let's call a thing a thing. Rowan don't give a damn about Lasher. Rowan don't give a damn about Moira. She don't give a damn about Lark. Rowan just wants that little power. She wants to use her hand light. She wants to be able, to fireplace, to turn on the light switches. She wants that little bit of power that she had back. That's the only reason she's here. Maybe we'll get enough blood to synthesize it. But no, Lark is just an utter and complete disappointment. And now he's a liability. I wouldn't be. You know what they could do? You know what would excite me if they do this on the finale episode? If she goes ahead and sacrifices him and says, damn it, I don't give a damn. Take all y'all out, Lark. It was nice to see you again. Rest in peace. I would at least be happy with that, because at least that would give Rowan direction and vision. At least she would have the courage of her convictions at that point. But yeah, no, girl, he ain't gonna do nothing in the final hour. He's not, except die. That's probably all Lark is gonna do.
I really hope they subvert the expectation. I would be like, oh, finally, something that's not completely expected. Casey, thank you so much for the $2. I appreciate you. Rowan was going cleavage to cleavage with Tyra. As she should. Girl, do something. She ain't did nothing else. She definitely ain't giving no steam heat. She had more steam heat in that dress than she helped this man. Actually, this man, Lark, first of all that non-consensual smacks, he had more steam heat with that lady, and he wasn't even conscious like that. I said, oh, this is sad. That's the most erotic we got in the whole show. But I know we have to go other places with this, because why not? The other places this week, it's wedding themed. Wedding themed because somebody got married. Now, I didn't realize until looking more so for like Black wedding themed movies, like outside of A Best Man, how much we really didn't have any. How much we really didn't have any besides like Best Man in the Wood. I was like, so Black folks can get married like that? Y'all don't want to put that on the screen? We didn't really have much. And I found what we do have is awfully forgettable at times. So coming to you first, Ashley, can you name both of these movies?
Jumping the broom and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, but a terrible remake, if I do say so myself. I'm going to stick over there. Isn't that Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
I am going to leave you because you have to get both of them right to play this game.
Well, first
Wrong. Quana, what about you? Can you guess both of these movies?
I know the first one because I literally just saw a bunch of clips of this. Oh my word. Um, okay, so I know that the second one is jumping the broom. The first one is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? Loretta, I'm so sorry. I can't remember.
Boom, boom. No, Quana. No. Please save the day. See, come on. It's Black History Month. See,
Ah!
name both of these movies.
Look, I need to call a friend or something. Well, I need a lifeline. I don't know neither one of these movies.
Oh,
Let me check the chat. What's going on?
Oh, okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. It was a split screen. It was a split screen. The whole first thing is jumping the
yeah,
broom.
the whole first thing is one movie.
I'm bugging. You mean the movie with is that America?
Yes, America and Lance
It's
Gross.
family something. It's something about the family. Oh.
I need a full answer, Quana. It's not enough. It's not enough. Too solid stuff, but it's not enough. Put your hand down. What you was over there doing? I don't trust you. What you was doing? Put your hand down. I feel like you went over there.
My resources. I was using
absolutely not. First of all, what we're not gonna do is cheat. Okay, we got enough going on with this wax show. Now we're gonna come in here cheating. That's what we're not gonna do. The name of these movies. This is, of course, Jumping the Broom with Paula Patton and Laz Alonso, Angela Bassett, Loretta Devine, and the whole crew in them. And we have America Ferrera, Lance Gross over here with Our Family Wedding. We also have.
I knew it was family something.
Forrest Whitaker and Regina King. You know, some folks over there too. But yeah, I didn't intend to do this. But when I went to look, I was like, all right, let's get a couple of. I was like, we really don't have much. I was like, I wonder if you know what we do have stuck out or anybody would remember it. Clearly, we did not. Moving on. I didn't think y'all would have such a hard time. Yeah. I thought somebody would guess one and the other, but y'all was like, what family wedding? I didn't watch that.
Oh, Lord. I love Laz Alonso, Mother's Milk. I'm over there.
Child, the way Rowan just picked a side, before we even picked a side, we were already on the fence, like, all right, she's locked away last episode. Where is this gonna go? But she's in this tunnel, like, oh, my magic's working. That means Lasher is close. Let me follow it and see where it leads. Chow opens the door to Ian's daughter and wife, and she gives it this vial of blood. So this is what you came for, right? This is your whole intent and purpose of being here. Getting this blood, getting your powers activated to go and rescue your sisters before that Mayfair house in New Orleans disintegrates. She throws it back. No. What's the real plan? What are you gonna do with Lasher? You better give me Lasher before I huff and puff and blow your house down. Because I mean business. How many of these doors do I need to rip off the hinges? Yeah, and take me to Myra. Goes all the way over there to her and drops her like a bad habit. She's like, nobody's really giving me any intel. Let me read their minds. They're keeping me at arm's length. But what I did they killed old Al. She's like, oh. Well, low key, you're a liability to the situation. I'm never going to get close to anything with you. How about you just stay here? Now that I know you're alive, I really don't give a damn. And she's like, well, don't you have a vial of blood? It's like, well, I gave it back because that's not what this is about. I need to save Lasher. Girl, what? I'm more disappointed in Myra over there because I would. We know she does it because they kind of flipped her character and her narrative before we could even really get invested and interested in her having her own perspective and maybe giving Rowan pushback and calling her out on her BS like she did before. You are really interested and invested in Lasher because of the power that he gives you. When the time comes, are you really going to kill him? Are you really going to? Yeah, we're not. So why should she expect anything different here? Yeah, she quickly leaves her in this room and walks off to do her business and follow that light at the end of the tunnel. Ashley, Rowan.
The damn Fingerwick Chronicles. I'm so sick of that little, I can feel him. He's close. Just tell me where he is. Girl, go to hell, Rowan. Go right there. Go immediately there. So you mean to tell me 3 episodes we go from, this is my sister from another mister. You're my sister. I'm going to be there. I'll pull you out of the Victrola. I'm going to be there for you. We're going to be, we're down. We're sisters in this. I don't give a single damn. It's all about Lasher. And not for nothing, it didn't give mother at that wedding. It gave, you're about to hop on this D that I want. That's what it gave for me. Rowan is despicable. It's always about Lasher. She's never going to take him out. That's never been her mission at all. She wants to be in his proximity so that she can be this all powerful. And yes, y'all saying not true in the comments, but I think Esther Spalding wants us to believe that Rowan is beguiling everyone with her beauty and sex appeal. I think they want her to be a sex symbol. That's what they're trying to do. I think that's what they've been trying to do since season 1. It doesn't give that to me, but again, her hubris knows no bounds. You talking to that old lady like, I don't give a damn. I'll do whatever I need to do down here. Rowan is just gonna Rowan. I hope they hurt her. And I know that's terrible. I know that's terrible, but I hope Julian, aka Cortland Jr., whatever the situation is, I hope they pin her to something in the final episode because she's trash. And I hope Moira sees through it. And but you know what? I don't have any hope for her either, Tyra. Moira, it's over for you too, girl. When I tell you I'm never watching after the finale next week, I'm never watching another episode of Mayfair. Ever. And I blame to this day whoever idea it was to even do this show.
You know who idea it was.
I know. And I just had to say it.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? No.
Moving along. My issue is let her dig into these convictions. If we really wanted to go full speed ahead with, I don't give a damn, I don't care what it takes, I'm here for my own agenda, let's do that. Don't have her, oh, the poor baby who gave me the vial of blood, you're cold, let me offer you the shirt off my back because I just have so much complexity to my character and I care, but really I'm just stuck in between a hard rock. Like, where? Like, just let her be despicable. This would work so much better if we just let her be trash. Juana, were you surprised? Please don't say you were surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I just been ticked off with whatever they decided to do with Moira's character in these last 2 episodes, point blank, period. Because she was one of the more interesting characters, and then they basically just fridged her the whole time. And why would we be surprised? Like, literally nothing Rowan has done this whole season has been anything but like to help herself get more power or to help her get to Lasher. She don't care about nobody else. And that man told her that to her face, and she sat there and, oh, what, me? Yes, you heifer. You are power hungry. You are, I don't, whatever feeling she has for Lasher. I still can't understand all of that. That's beyond me. I'm just, so I wasn't surprised. She picked the side. She picked the side the first time, and why Moira even decided to trust her minutely again in the first place was just showing how naive she is and dumb she is. But I guess she's wanting to do anything to save her little sister. So I will give her that she has good intentions because she wants to save her little sister. But yeah, boo-boo, you this was the wrong one to trust. And if I was Moira, I would be looking for the sharpest object that I could stab Rowan in the back with. But
I'm hoping for that. I'm really hoping for that, Quana. I'm hoping that she takes this moment, even though she already has, like, you showed me where your eyelids lie, your true colors. I'm going to be thinking about myself and my sister from now on and acting accordingly. Please don't follow this lady into the pits of hell. See, Rowan.
Y'all remember when Myra wanted to confront Lasher for killing her sister? Where did all that go? You know, where did all that conviction go? It's like now she don't care to do nothing. And it's because of Rowan. I don't know what kind of, sweet talk and what kind of side conversation she has with these people to make them forget their convictions. But, it's a gift. I guess it's a gift she has. But, we all know that Rowan can't be trusted. Don't put too much faith in Rowan because she won't pick herself first every time. And that's the moral of the story. Don't trust Rowan. Right there.
Who would? Like, in between this and her calling Cortland, like, I know I haven't been the easy. I'm like, what are we doing with these characters? Like, this mother-like quality and this affection that she all of a sudden has for Lasher as if he could do no wrong. And I'm here to save you, son. Like, why are we jumping so far with these folks' characters? Like, even when she called Cortland, we didn't want to talk to this man 5 minutes ago because of what he did and how I was conceived in the first place. I know I've been hard on you in the past, but if you could just help me, just prove us wrong. I was like, what are you talking about? What the hell? I'm over there with you, Ash. Esther Spalding has to pay. Somebody, she needs to answer. Like, this is awful. But, moving along to something that's not so awful. More wedding stuff. Rom-com city. All right, we got My Best Friend's Wedding with Julia Roberts and Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts. Ashley, I know these are your faves and all that good stuff. Which one are you picking?
Oh my gosh, this is hard. Because over here in My Best Friend's Wedding, we have Dylan McDermott. Right? Isn't that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have him over there, who is a heartthrob. On the other side of that, we have Richard Gere. Right? We got gerbils over here, but we also have iconic, right? We also have like a nod to the past, Pretty Woman, my ish.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Runaway Bride. It's hilarious. We have Oh Boy from SVU as well over there. I stand Julia. I'm gonna watch everything she's in, but just for sake of the casting and the storyline, honey, because she got up. She ran away from that man on a horse. She walked away from the other man. She hid from the other man. I'm here for Runaway Bride. Final answer.
I'm absolutely going to go with My Best Friend's Wedding because you're trifling. You're trifling and the truth ain't in you. Like, it was always really, as much as I love to see her over there with Richard, like, girl, you got multiple times to run away. It always gave like a little too, the plot was a little too playful for my liking. I don't revisit it as much as I revisit My Best Friend's Wedding in the trash of it all. So I'm still there. Quana, which one you got?
This is hard because my mom and I definitely watch My Best Friend's Wedding more, but Runaway Bride, it's so close to Joan Cusack is in Runaway Bride, but I guess for the whole I'll say a little prayer for you sequence, I'm gonna go with My Best Friend's Wedding because doesn't really give that musical quality to Runaway Bride. So yeah, I'm gonna go with My Best Friend's Wedding this time. But the ultimate one is Notting Hill. I'm just gonna say that, put that out there.
Because he was over there.
See?
So I this is hard because Richard Gere is a salt and pepper daddy. He's been looking good for years. Still a good looking man. I think I remember My Best Friend's Wedding a little more though. But from what I can remember, she was a little homewrecker situation, like justice for Cameron Diaz's character, because how you just gonna come and steal my man at my wedding? Like, I don't know. I can't condone the all of that over there. So I'm going with my man Richard Gere and Runaway Bride.
I love a trash. All of them trash like plots from the 90s. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I love this movie.
Is she looking like she about to steal somebody, man, in the picture over there? Look at the smile.
I miss the Julia Roberts era.
Oh, she was her and Sandra was gonna be in the movie.
Epic.
They were gonna be in a film. Her, Sandra, Nicole, and Renee. They were gonna be in a film. All right. Sip reads Mummified Lasher. Head of the New Orleans department, just like that. I guess you didn't need as much time as you thought. And Lasher was a good Telltales. Now we have this tying into Lasher's epiphany and what does it all mean? Him rediscovering the meaning of life in the universe. Child, get out of my face. But in the midst of that, we see why they needed Sip in the first place. We have this mummified thing here, and he's like, no, this isn't just some entity or person that you guys found on this piece of land who might know something. This is actually Lasher before he went on to glory, the first time. And we get into his whole history. I'm gonna leave the history for when we get over there with Lasher to see what's it all about, because in this slide I'm like, he once again is giving Jesus Lasher over here. It's giving that. But see, I want to come to you first. Do you care about what Sip has going on? How is he gonna reconnect to this situation, because we have them, he's like, I need to go and touch, the ground, the actual land. And a
Mhm.
police officer rolls up who's giving, I'm in on it. I know the family. What are y'all doing on these lands? I'm about to take y'all. Like, is this officer just going to take them straight to the castle, or is this going to go somewhere else?
Probably gonna take him straight to the castle. But I actually like Sip this season more than I liked him the first season. He's the one character that I feel like is has some growth that I can appreciate. He's sticking up for himself. He's, becoming an asset at his job. He's traveling, he's getting the passport stamped. I love to see it. Sip is probably, yeah, I definitely like him more this season. And I'm liking how they are trying to incorporate him into the story, even though he's not at all in the books, or they're trying their best to add him, and I can appreciate this black man getting some work. So yes to Sip. Good job. Keep it coming.
The mummified lasher sent me. I say y'all wrong. That thing sent me.
Yeah, to touch it.
Quana, do you care about the plot here? Simp had a lot of potential to be a really great character, and even though he was over there simping so hard and trying, at least he had an agenda that first season of, I'm here to protect Rowan and I'm catching feelings and I've always been enamored of this Mayfair house. Here, I don't know. It's just lackluster. I don't feel like they've utilized him in the best way that they could. He's less existent here than he was the first season. Quana?
I mean, it's clear that the only purpose for SIP at this point is to take us into the next phase of this Anne Rice universe. That's what I'm assuming at this point, right? Mm-hmm. But with the lack of writing, first of all, I'm so angry because I'm like, the writing is so good on Interview. It's so good and it's so nuanced and they put so much thought into it. And I'm gonna tell you, I played myself because at that scene when they took the cuffs off of and I was like, I thought he was about to go in. Like, how dare you put a black man in restraints? I was getting ready to get excited. I was like, is he getting ready to tell them, like, no, I'm not coming and working for y'all because of this, that, and the third? And then he just was like, I want a raise. I want the department. I was like, dude, please. I said a couple other words. So, I mean, I am glad that at least, he's doing the whole detective investigating thing, which I'm guessing is like the vibe of the next show is going to be more into that. Mm-hmm. I wish they would have almost left more of that investigative work to him and given Rowan and the Mayfairs more agency over knowledge about their powers in the world, and we would have just gotten it unpacked there. But him on the human side of things, or with the powers he has, unpacking it in that way. So because everybody's just investigating everything, it just feels like it's a little fruitless for him. Yeah. But I will say, I still have a hope. I do feel like maybe he's the only character who I have some hope for, even though it's very small. It's very small, Ashley. It's like that small.
I just didn't understand us doing all this work, and I was never the toolbox. I was the hammer. Getting here for him to touch this mummified Lasher, to have Lasher roll up and share the exact same story in the exact same episode. I was like, well, either or. We didn't need them both. It makes whatever Sip is trying to do here feel pointless. Ashley?
The deep breath. Sorry.
She said, "Woosah."
Because no. And I think they're going to make this very, very difficult for the Talmasca series. I think they've already made it difficult because for me, all this did was muddy the water. Sip, honestly, I just don't give a damn. You are with another woman out here on the countryside, still black in Scotland, okay? At the end of the day, that's what it results to. You are a black man in this world, honey, and you are going to run into the smoke as long as you are chasing after these Mayfair people. No, but what it did to me, like for me, is it really muddies the waters with what Talamasca, what I've understood them to be in the past and what I can think of in the future. If he's going to be leading the New Orleans division and he's still completely obsessed and enamored of the Mayfairs, and not just that, but now the Taltos, like, oh no, they're good. They're so good. Like, I just feel like it's another obsession. I thought the Talamasca was supposed to observe, record, watch the other supernaturals, not be obsessed and fixated with these small little things that are going on. As far as the reading of Lasher, okay, again, like you said, Tyra, redundant for no reason. It lacked impact. It was like, what was the point of this? Except to send Sip on another dummy mission. You're gonna go over there and you're gonna get caught up, Sip. Like, that's what's going to happen, because you ain't running them Taltos. They are going to breed whatever this master generation is after the humping at the ceremony. And all you're going to be able to do is touch the shroud and see the sex that happened. Like, I don't get what Sip's point is going to be. Like, was this the ultimate mission? Like, we brought you here just so you can touch on mummified Lasher and tell us his origins that we're finding out in the same moment. Like, I just really don't care. And now what? Now what, Sip? With what powers? You don't have no powers. You can't even use the spray. You can't even use the spray to take out the vampires. We saw that. You sprayed Rowan. Like, Sip is fine, okay? The actor who plays Cyprian is fine.
Yeah.
Beautiful, melanated chocolate man. I believe if he decided to grow a full beard, it would connect. But him chasing after these Mayfairs and the Taltos people, I could not be more over it.
I can't.
I was like, because that's important. Like, what, actually? Yeah, this just didn't. It just wasn't enough. It's just nothing here is enough. And I was like, why don't we take this little one moment and I was like, were we supposed to just be like, oh, Lasher was good and getting to the origin, was that supposed to do something for us? It did absolutely nothing. God, I don't get the writing. But here we are. Don't ask me why I picked these two. This is a rush job. This was a rush job. We got My Big Fat Greek Wedding versus The Best Man. This could be difficult for some, because the way I love My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Ashley, which one?
You would come to me first. Just for, you know what? I'm going to rock the boat. I'm shaking the table during Black History Month. Shaking the table. And I'm going to go over here with My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's hilarious. I love a big brazen family where Windex cures everything. And I find it to be way less toxic than The Best Man. I'm a stick over there with My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Quana.
Why would you do this during BHM, Tyra?
You gotta make a choice.
Because I feel like such a traitor. Now, on the one hand, this was the one time Terrence was fine as Q. When he gave that little sexy smirk up in the corner, when he was watching everything go down, I was like, oh yes. But I agree with Ashley wholeheartedly. Like, everybody's relationship on here was a hot mess. And My Big Fat Greek Wedding is warm and cozy. And it was my college comfort movie. So I am going to go with My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Table hoard. See?
So, my mom had The Best Man on VHS. And I remember this movie. I don't really remember My Big Fat Greek Wedding like that, honestly. I know it was really big. I think they recently had a sequel. But from what I can remember of The Best Man, it was a little toxic, right? It wasn't like a little feel-good kind of film. It was some stuff going on. And I don't know if I need that in my little wedding movie. Sometimes I just want to put on something lighthearted and vibe and, feel the romance. So I guess I'm going with My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's what I'm going with.
Even though I hate that our one like main, when you think of like, ooh, what's a Black movie where Black folks get like, oh, The Best Man. It was very, very toxic.
Yeah.
Lance the Ebony Humper is over there. I'm going over there every single time. I love them Greeks and their Windex and all of that good stuff and the makeover montage of it all. We love some growth. But yeah, we're going to go over there with Lance the Ebony Humper. It's chocolate over there. It's lots of chocolate over there. Tay Diggs look like somebody. Hirsch is over there. Quentin playing that guitar, going down them steps. Hell no. We going over there with the Ebony Humper. What? Oh, Lord. We can't leave that.
If they just couldn't do the scene where Lance was visualizing them getting it on, and him crying.
Now, him crying at that wedding, saying them vows, like, oh my God. Like, my love. Oh my God. Morris. It was very hard. Like, baby, if you got to do all of that, let's just walk away. Let this man go suffer in silence elsewhere. As toxic as it is, I gotta go with the best man. Absolutely. Moving along, uses slasher history and powerful blood. So what we do, I guess, get out of Sip's retelling aside from he was a good Telltales. He didn't start out this way. He was good, which is why I guess we're going down this whole path this season of Lasher. Oh, I just don't. I was like, what was all the evil omen Damien energy he was given when he came out the womb? Now he's just okay, whatever. But he was, just good all this time. Of course, the mama was a harlot because it's Lasher's mama. She was out here hoeing, laying low and spreading wide. And just when you landing low and spreading wide with the help, this baby's growing at a rapid rate, and we was just supposed to put baby Lasher out of his misery. It's like, no, give me my son. I'm gonna raise my son. At which we have him discover these powers, this, that, and he's growing and he's healing the sick, giving to the needy, resurrecting on a Tuesday or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's just like Lasher's having these visions, and I know my purpose, as he's later, of course, explaining it to Rowan, which we'll get to because Rowan get the hell out of my face. For you to be mummified in the first place, that means you died. If you were the giver and the blood was all of that, and what happened to you? I'm going to come to you first, C, because blood is powerful, and that's really what we're here for the land and the people to go forward and prosper, do to Lasher as they did in these times. But he did die in the first place. What do you think happened to him?
So I kind of know, so I'm going to keep that to myself. But I will say that I appreciate this turn, if you will, of him kind of being not a demon but an angel, and it kind of leading to it's kind of the Mayfairs that are corrupting or perverting whatever this Lasher is. I thought that was interesting. It could have probably been explored and expressed a little better on screen. And Rice and these, biblical themes. She loves a good biblical theme, But I thought it was interesting. Could it have been done better? Yeah. But honestly, I've spent as much time here as I wanted to, so I'm not I'm not upset that they didn't drag it on much longer. But I thought it was interesting to see that, he's not a demonic figure. He's an angelic figure.
Oh, please. Still can't stand him. I think these people sucked him bone dry. I think whatever he was given wasn't enough in this so-called community that he's about to go up for and marry into, and I know my purpose. I think enough wasn't enough, and they took him out and drained him. Everybody's here for their own agenda, including Rowan. Quana, how do you think he died? What do you think happened?
I mean, I would imagine that one of the women killed him is what I'm thinking probably happened, because he's burning through these women as a source of his power. So I'm thinking if he's doing that now, at some point in time, he had to do that then. It just kept giving Jasmine from Angel. From the spinoff of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if everybody's watched that.
That is so
I've watched it, but I can't remember Jasmine. I'm trying to remember.
Jasmine was the character for oh my gosh, what's the old girl's name from Suits? Who used to date Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, the black girl?
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of. I'm getting it.
Like, I just think like he's this, like they're talking about he's this angelic character, and I don't know that I believe that. I know C ain't trying to tell us nothing, and we ain't read no books, but I don't believe he's fully angelic. I feel like he's someone who, like, his powers can be used for good, but at some point he's gonna have to drain people or do something to them in order to get his power. So I don't think we're getting the whole story here, and I'm pretty sure that at some point one of them women killed him.
On the way you reach back for Angel, you talking about Gina Torres?
Thank you. Wow, my brain was not working to remember Gina Torres.
Good girl, I was watching Angel.
You know how they were all like fawning over her and everything, how she was like the god, and then of course the blood was the power.
Ashley?
Yeah. Here's the other fatal flaw of this show, right? Because you give us see, the baby said it too. The baby said, yeah. No, the fatal flaw for me was you give us this disembodied Lasher all season 1, and the twain have never met. This disembodied spirit is still a spirit. Just because something was manifested, we still haven't seen the resurgence of this all-knowing deity or whoever he represented in the first season, and that's just lost on me. I agree with Quana. Lasher's not good. When that nursemaid came out into the forest, into the woods, into the trees to Merlin, she said, listen, this is a demon seed, baby. It's cursed. And I believe that was true. I believe that Lasher was a cursed being. Lasher probably unalived himself. It was probably some, like Quana, I think, alluded to, some sacrificial thing, like I'm shedding my blood for, a faker, an imposter, a deceiver, a liar, a schemer. I think if you're going to give us this show, like I said, with a disembodied spirit who's charming all the hoes, the draws off of them, you have to at some point put that spirit back in the body. If he's here, and maybe we'll see that in episode 8, but I feel like they've really screwed it up. But yeah, he probably unalived himself, trying to sacrifice himself for the masses, or so they believed, or them no good Mayfairs killed him for his blood.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he was sacrificing that way. Now I don't see Lasher doing any self-sacrificing for the greater good. I feel it's either a woman inflicted thing, or I think because everybody's just so hungry. You're the savior. I'm telling you, they're walking around here like he Jesus. Please, with the biblical references later. This show ain't even good for all that. But now we're here. We're here. If there were going to be some black weddings, they probably weren't in movies, but they were going to be on TV in the 90s, child, because they ain't on TV now. But we take what we can get. We got Gina Waters and Martin Payne's wedding. It's small, but we got Overton and Sinclair. And then we got Jamie Foxx and Fancy. And of course, we got Dwayne and Whitley Gilbert. Actually, who had the best TV wedding?
Okay, hold on. Who is this couple in the center, in the back? Hold on. Who is the
that's Sinclair and Overton.
Oh, I don't give a damn. We're going to go over there with Dwayne, because it was Baby Please. Like, that is the most dramatic, epic, let me steal you from Byron Douglas the third on that man's wedding day after he paid for this wedding. Like, listen, I'm here for all of the carrying on, even though that relationship, there's issues. Whitley and Dwayne's relationship is problematic, and we need to have a live to talk about it. But I'm over there. Whitley was beautiful, top to bottom, even though she wasn't supposed to marry Dwayne. And Dwayne was big fine in those days. Professor Wayne.
We are discussing on terms of wedding aesthetics alone, not the shenanigans that occurred there.
I liked it. I liked it all. I like the dramatic. I like the chivalrousness of it. I like the messiness of it all. It's going to be Dwayne.
Ratchet, you came up, an intruder. You had all the time in the world, Dwayne, to roll up. You gonna roll up? Will you, baby? Please. I was die. I was over there with Diane, because what you're not gonna do is roll up here and do that mess. I'm here for more of the sentimental things. I love I love when Overton and Sinclair get married, and you got Max and it got Overton and everybody there. Then you got Kyle over there singing as they go down the aisle, and Khadijah was there. I love that. That's not my favorite, but I just wanted to mention that. Actually, and then Jamie, he was singing down too over there at the Fancy, and I like the aesthetics of their wedding too. But if I have to pick one, I think Gina and them's destination wedding was a nice one. Yeah, Babyface singing and everything, and Gina and her apple head was walking down the aisle. I'm gonna go over there with Martin and them, even though, damn it, are you happy now? Damn, it took a whole lot for us to even get there. But if we're just talking about weddings alone,
you like Gina walk down that aisle?
I don't have time. I was talking about the aesthetics of the wedding. As far as that is concerned, I'm gonna go with Gina and them. Corner.
You know what? And I probably watched every episode of Martin when it came out, and I still don't remember Gina and Martin's wedding, so that's going to automatically be a no for me. I was not the biggest fan of the Jamie Foxx show. I don't know why I couldn't get past him and as being Wanda on In Living Color. So I would watch some episodes, but I just couldn't do it. So him and Fancy, whatever. I will give it up to Sinclair Overton. Beautiful, nice church wedding, But to me, the best part of that was Max finally telling Kyle that she loved him. So I'm gonna give it to Dwayne. 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 Dwayne.
Shit. How you gonna
The
come
blood
in?
is strong.
Byron, that was the third pay for their wedding. They're disqualified immediately.
Hey, you better finesse that free wedding, okay, Dwayne? He finessed.
Cheap showing up in that little cheap orange ass suit. You could at least showed up in a tux. See whose wedding do you got here?
So I seen the one with Dwayne and them. I seen that on TikTok. People keep talking about how romantic it is and all of that. So I liked that, how that was, shown on screen. But if we're just talking about the looks and the aesthetic, right? I'm feeling whatever that is in the middle. I see the train. I see it's a family affair. Everyone's looking dressed up. Everyone's looking nice. It looks like a happy situation. So I'm going with the middle one.
That's Sinclair and them had waited her and Overton Winfield Jones to walk down that aisle. I'm giving it up to Dwayne for the antics. Whitley looked good, but everything else was trash. Everything else was trash, child. At least Ron had his back though. It was like, let my man get his words out. He came here for Whitley, and we all been waiting because we all knew she really didn't want Byron, who she should have been with. Trash. Lasher's purpose and Rowan's true interest. Can't you see I'm here to save you, my daddy, brother, son? I'm here for you, okay? I'm here. First of all, I was like, all right, budget. They really went all out for this wedding. I was like, what the hell, Lasher got on? Is this, maybe that's, a portion of the history that I missed when we were getting married in this get up. But prior to that, if you really want to support me as my mom and my friend and show that you're not just here solely based on my powers and what I give to you like everybody else, you're claiming is here to use me, come to my wedding. I was like, what is happening? What is happening and why are we here? Like, what? I don't know. And then she's, I'm trying to prove, it's just, I was about to curse. It's just awful. It's awful, and I just hate it so much. I hate it so much. Like, I hate what they've done with Lasher. Like, at least in season 1, he had his it was stronger there. Mm-hmm. At least it was there. This, I'm gonna get married. Like last episode, didn't he say he couldn't marry nobody because he even killed women and he's hurt people? Like earlier in the evening, didn't he say that? Now we're full on ready to get married because we know that there's somewhere out there just like us, and just for us, whatever the hell that means. And this is the same woman from the olden days. This is meant to be. This is chronologically how these things are supposed to go. Support me, Rowan, as my mother. I hate this so much. I do. Ashley.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
I hate it so much. It pisses me off.
I don't know. And Esther's so proud of this look in the after show. Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It took 8 days for us to design this costume and to get these flowers pinned on our flower girl for the wedding. It's just so gross at this point. The way that they're looking longingly into each other's eyes, we're to believe this is a mother-son situation when really, I mean, they're trying to give that y'all want to jump each other's bones. Even in this moment, we know, Lasher, that you want to get to this milkmaid so you can hump uninterrupted without, the lady's guts falling out. But it doesn't make any sense to me. And so he even says to her, you're not just here for this. You didn't just come for this, for the blood. Well, are you sure you can trust these people, Lasher? I love you. I'm your mother. All the while y'all are giving sex looks at each other. I just don't understand the direction. I don't get the direction, and maybe it's supposed to be a little bit of both, but I'm so disgusted by them. I'm disgusted by Rowan coming in all black like she's at a funeral with the dark eye makeup, the titties out. It was just so bizarre. I feel like they're gonna put her on the rack. I do. I feel like they're probably gonna sacrifice her, but I don't believe it. I don't believe she cares anything for Lasher outside of the fact that he supplies her with power, that he's her power bank. That's the only thing I can think of as to why she really cares. I don't believe any other sentiment. I don't believe it matters that she popped him out of her coot nanny. I don't believe that any of that matters to her. I think she wants to light the light switch and turn on the fireplace.
But
That's what
that's
I
what I was
feel.
about to say. Like, is it still gonna like withstand for long periods of time? Let's just say she followed instructions and took that vial of blood, and they got out of town and went back to New Orleans. Would that vial of blood sustain her powers the entire time, or does she need to be next to Lasher? Like, it
She'll
should
have
still work, right?
well, well, we don't know because Lark is incapacitated, castrated at this point. He acts like he can't hop on a plane and take the blood and synthesize it and do whatever he does at the damn lab. We don't know what he could do. They might be able to make a lasher spray and it could last indefinitely. Who knows? But I mean,
That's
at this
insane.
point,
I think it would work, which leads me to believe that the writers really want us to feel like you said, there's this will they, won't they? Does she really care? Is it really just the powers? Does she really love her uncle, daddy, sister, brother, son, husband, fornicator? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. And I just wanted it out my face immediately. Quana,
Ty, what is there to say? First of all, they were trying to, copy off of Midsommar with that vest. I
girl.
peeked out what y'all got going on here, but there was nothing scary, spooky going on. And so I'm like, well, why would you bother with doing that if you're not going to really go there with it? Then I had to just Google real quick Jack Houston's age, because for the life of me, this man keeps acting like he's 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, now we done seen this man go from a baby to a toddler to a kid to a grown behind adult in the span of 3 days. Why is he still sitting here at his a real life age of 42, but his character is giving me 18? Like, make him be at least like a fully functioning adult at this point, because it's been a minute since he done been around. He done been with a lot of women. He done slid in a lot of panties. Why are we still talking like he's an infant? It just bothered me so much when I'm gonna get married. I want you to be. I was just like, dude, like, muscle up, do something. Then the whole thing, this is when your world building sucks, because I'm still confused about the whole blood thing, because he came from her. Ergo, half of his blood should be from her and half of it should be from Sip. So why is his blood really so important to her? It makes sense for it to be important to everyone else, but there should be something in their genetics that cancels each other out, or just something I just don't understand. And then again, like, she's like, I'm your mother, but like, you were astroplaning banging your dad. I'm confused. It just feels like they don't want to go there. And we have seen Game of Thrones. There are definitely shows, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, to this day still be getting it on with the incest. So if you do it the right way, it wouldn't be so bad. But this is just too much. The mommy thing, it was just too much.
Yeah. I don't think they have a desire to fully commit, so we're gonna have these little come here there. I'm here. I go. Ew, Rowan, please. See,
Yeah, it's just going to be the longing looks and gazes and all of that. And that did remind me of House of the Dragons, when Damon had that whole memory when he was banging his mom he never met. That was like, okay, they did it. So y'all might as well do it here. Is it? Y'all already heavily implying it to the point that you got her breasts out to distract him before his wedding. It's like, just take it there. But yeah, Rowan don't want the blood. She want her man. That's what it is. She don't care if the blood work or not. She know it probably work if she take it. She want her man. If it don't come with the D attached, she don't want it. So,
right, even, but it's always been like a power thing. Since when did she want him in that way? Is my question. Like, all of a sudden now it's something more than just your powers.
She in season 1, she kind of want to remember when she was in the dream sequence, and after he done smashed and passed, she was calling out for him like she wanted to get him around too, but he already disappeared on her. She got a thing for Lasher, low key. She just don't want to admit it.
I can't stand her. I can't stand any of this crap. It's awful. Moving on. Now this is just open. It says name your favorite / worst movie weddings. My favorite movie wedding will always be Coming to America because it ate down. It was absolutely gorgeous. Don't be trying to steal my movie, y'all. Get y'all own. Um, my worst, like the wedding I hate the most, is Sex in the City. Like that was awful. First of all, Carrie, you out of line for allowing Big to play in your face for all these years, and then come there and then you gonna beat him. I knew you would do this. I knew, like, of course you did it. Why we here, Carrie? Carrie did all the stunts and shows to be jilted at the altar by Big, who all of a sudden realized it was just an awful showing, and they were too old for that. Ashley, which
I'll go
movie, show, or
first.
whatever?
You know
What?
it's gonna take me 2 minutes. You know it's gonna take me 2 minutes to even think of some movies that got weddings. I don't know this off the top of my head. I'll come
Really?
back. Please come back to me last. I'm gonna come up with it though. Yeah, I gotta
Quana?
think.
Ashley said she needed time. I forgot she don't watch movies like that. I'm sorry. It didn't take me long. I was like, my favorite. I just have them, Coming to America and this one. It didn't take me no time at all. Another one of my favorites is Crazy Rich Asians. I love their wedding. It was gorgeous.
Oh, see, why'd you say that,
Oh, no,
Tyra?
you can have it. You can have it. You can have it. I was just
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with. Since you said I can't take Coming to America, I'm gonna take Crazy Rich Asians because that the water.
Mhm.
Oh, that was so money. Well,
Lots of it.
the worst. It's not really that the wedding itself was bad. It was just who was getting married and why they were getting married and the whole situation. I'm gonna go with Twilight.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, she
Not because the wedding itself, although her dress was ugly as all get out, and it wasn't matching the ring at all. The ring wasn't matching the dress, and that was supposed to be the whole thing, and I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna put feet to the fire. I'm sorry, C. I love you.
I always hated that eggshell of a ring. I was like, get that ugly ring out of here,
It was
Edward.
so
Get that
ugly. It was hideous.
old ring to match your old ass age. It's tired of me. I hated that ring. See, favorite wedding and
oh man. Okay, so at first I thought this was going to be least favorite wedding because I got to pick for that, right? But favorite wedding, I'm going with Twilight. I love that they finally, tied the knot and, she finally got to bang her man on the wedding night and, he gave her his mother's ring. And it just felt like, it was all coming together. I loved it. I'm a big Twilight girl.
Child, they made me sick. Then you end up taking the pipe and you wouldn't even change. What were we here for? We could have been over there with Jacob being warm. Ashley, are you ready now?
I am. Now, and these are going to be two from a certain era, okay? So, it was running close tie between Father of the Bride. I love that wedding. It's one of my favorite, most emotional, where I'm like teary eyed. Or it's still Magnolias with Shelby's Two Colors of Blush and Bashful. I love both of those weddings.
Ugly wedding.
I'll probably have to go Father of Bride. Worst wedding was Love Actually, though, because the best man was in love with the bride, and I think that was so petty and ridiculous. But yeah,
I love how
those
you're
are
holding the pen, Ashley. Like, well, I had to go and look these things up.
I don't remember
Notate
nothing.
them in my notes. I didn't know that off the rip. Coming to America will always be my favorite wedding.
Girl, you picked it. You took it. You stole it from the rest of us, ma'am.
Excuse me? As if you were gonna pick that if I didn't have it here. You
When
wouldn't
he
remember
lifts
that
the
one either.
veil- When he lifts the veil and sees Lisa, oh,
I have a date with Lisa. Okay. Julian wanted a body after all. I think we were here the first time we were introduced to the Victrola and the whole premise of it, and we were hoping like hell that he was going to pull this stunt with Rowan. Guess we didn't want Rowan's body, and we opted for this situation or somebody's situation that was a man. Because I guess through it, because y'all be checking out. I'm sorry, I be trying to pay attention. I think at a certain point, it is confirmed that we do present Cortland down there because he did actually want the son. It was just like, no, I'm not giving you my son, but I'll put Cortland down here. And it's just like, okay, well, fine. As long as I get out of here and I'm in some man's body. Yeah, because I think Julian's looking in the mirror and it's just like, well, your son, that would have been, and he's talking about Viagra and the whole nine. Child, that's what's on your mind, Julian? Same old Julian, huh? You can't wait to get out there and get it popping. But we have Cortland early in the episode after we've had all that bonding between him and Ian last episode and just kind of getting into the meat and potatoes of, why are you lying? There was never these scenarios. And well, that actually erased my memory. I don't remember a whole lot, but it's all coming back. And just Ian trying to see like, which side are you on? Where things lie, at which they just kind of bond over Julian's piss poor parenting. And it's just like, oh, dad's gonna get out. Oh, I'm gonna go in there with you because I'm trying to have a change of heart and be on the right side of history and really help situations instead of thinking of things so selfishly, at which the rug is pulled from underneath him and the rope is thrown to Julian. See, how did you feel about this?
I honestly, this was a point in the show where I was thinking this is kind of interesting because there was at one point I was thinking I wasn't sure if Cortland was going to double cross Ian or Ian was going to double cross. I felt like it could have went either way, right? Because they were both. I was looking at them both sideways, right? And when we get into Julian's Victrola, and we see he was trying to steal the body, and he gets out, and he did mention something about hemorrhage or whatever that son's name is. He did choose Cortland because his gift is like immortality. Even though I would have chose the son because nobody trying to be in his old man body for forever. But Julian is down with it. But this was probably the most interesting part with these three characters together. Is there's something there. I wish they would explore it a little more. But there's definitely a little more intrigue here with them. So I like that scene.
There is, and there's something unfinished because as soon as he's out, it's just like, well, now that you're here, can we now do away with that heifer Rowan? Clearly, he has some purpose for her that nobody knows about except for him and maybe, the higher ups. But Quanah, were you here for this? Did you feel sorry for Cortland?
The part of me that Cortland is probably the most interesting character in the family. I didn't feel sorry for him, but I'm intrigued by all of this. I wanted to get more from him. And I felt like they just weakened his character so much in this whole backstory about being abused by his daddy and having daddy issues that I wanted to kind of see something else happen. So I give him a little bit of sorry, but I blinked and missed it because how in the world did they get Julian's Victrola to Ireland? Did they take it? And
they have their own.
Two different ones.
Yeah.
So his spirit is in both of them? Was it made from the same wood?
They don't. Quanah, you asking?
Yeah, look, let me slide down. I'm asking too many questions that they didn't think about. So I was sitting there like trying to rewind. I'm like, wait a second, I'm grading papers. I'm like, did I miss something? What happened? They have. I mean, this is the most interesting thing that happened in the whole episode, so I will give them that.
Yeah, I wish something like this would have happened sooner so we can really get into it. Like nobody has outside of the Black Mayfairs down there in New Orleans. Nobody spent enough time with Julian to know that this isn't Cortland. So who's going to be there to kind of read it? Or maybe if we had Mara out to read minds, maybe maybe we could figure it out then. But I did think that this was interesting. I just wish that they really push it and bring stuff home, and it's just kind of a lot of these things. Always anything good in the show feels like a happy accident, and I don't like feeling that way. Ashley, did you care about this?
I mean, this was fine. Like, I'm really sad about Cortland's ineptitude. Yet again, another character who is just a disappointment and a failure. I give his character an F at this point. Again, he started out so strong with all of the potential as a great villain. You're this old, Cortland, and you're this delayed. You're this old and you have no awareness. You were raised by your father and you have no idea about what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Like, make it make sense. Your brother Ian bullied you. You were estranged from him. You see the Victrola. You know that they use it. You know that they use it, Buki, and you know Hamish has no allegiance to you. That is Ian's son, who he rules with an iron damn fist. Like, it just made no sense to me that you were just willingly going down there without anybody to throw you a rope that you could trust. But going down there, no. Julian always had grander ideals and a greater mission. He is a horn dog. He is ready to sling dingaling all across Scotland, probably starting with Rowan. Now, that's one thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. But I'm here for the torture of everything else, But yeah,
I, at least I was going to compliment something and then it left. I really was. Well, yeah, at least we were getting into continuity between him and his raggedy daughter Rowan, because they both fell for the same okie doke and the same son. They both went in eyes wide open, all trusting, falling into really, really predictable traps. Like, why wouldn't you? Okay, well, just in case somebody I came here with be on the outside, because I'm
right.
Nobody tells anybody anything. Same thing with Rowan when she got locked in that tunnel. Like, I don't know how many times are we going to be able to pull the okie doke over Cortland's eyes. It's really sad. Like y'all say, he has the potential to be a really great character. I feel like we about to, even shut Ian down, the way he's just kind of under Julian's thumb, and it's just like falling right back into the place of being sunned. I was like, pick a villain and stick with it, please.
Stick to it.
Let us know who we need to be mad at. I don't know. But before we finish it off, this baby, I had already told y'all pissed me off last episode when y'all had Lasher tied to the damn tree, holding on for dear life with that milk leaking from his mouth, like, oh, this primitive beast, he can't even contain himself. We gotta hold her and him back, and we just let them. Like, first of all, y'all need some bigger man in the back. They're gonna be pretending to hold him back from anything. But all right, it's just like, oh, this is just animalistic loving. Like, get this stuff out of my face, please. But in the end, y'all, motives have been revealed. Aha. Earlier in the episode, we had Lark just come to, like, oh, did something happen? Oh, they said get prepped for the wedding. I'm going to get prepped for the wedding. At which we learn that he is under the family thumb. And if you hurt me, you're hurting the love of your life. So sit back down. Meanwhile, she's sitting directly next to Cortland, a.k.a. Julian, who's telling her there's nothing afoot. Everything's all right. Just let them get married, with the aspect of who knows where we're going to go. And of course, we do actually get to see the bride. All right. Ashley?
Rowan came front row, looking like a demon. I said, why do you have this dark eye makeup? It's a spring wedding, girl. You got on makeup. Like, you look crazy, Rowan. You look like a weirdo. And the way that she wants to jump up when they finally get released from their shackles to go hunch in the center of the courtyard.
Were you jealous?
Rowan is just so, oh my gosh, she swears that she's this all-powerful 13th witch, and it just does not translate. You're delayed, you're slow, Rowan, and all of the veins are popping out in her neck in this picture, Tyra. I can't, it's distracting me. Rowan is useless to me. She is one of the most useless characters. Again, oh, you better sit down or I'm going to cut Lark up. Rowan doesn't give a damn about Clark. I don't know why we're bound by the pretense of it all. But as far as this raggedy wedding, I mean, let's chop the chains.
They drop the tent, drop the chains and drop the tent, because they finna get it on right here. They can't control themselves.
So they can hunch in front of everybody, this weird looking milkmaid, like in the reveal, like, oh, she was going to be this captivating beauty. It just fell flat to me. Everything this Esta lady does falls flat. I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. And every time I'm reminded that he was in Boardwalk Empire, it pisses me off that he's over here playing this character. I hate it. There was nothing about this wedding that was beautiful, magical, that was like, oh, we're about to get into some intensity. This is going to be steam heat. No, it was disgusting. I don't want to see you guys lactating. I don't want to see milk dripping from any of your orifices. I don't want to see the tent shaking. I don't want to see any of that. Like, I'm disgusted. And then what? If you're going to give birth, they're going to pop it open and she's going to pop out a baby next episode in front of everyone. Like, I could care less. I want it to be over, y'all. I want this to be done. I want it to be over with.
Sad thing is, I don't even think there's any narrative to why they gave Rowan this dress to wear, why her titties are out, why she's dressed in black and just kind of the standout. Was this her mother of the groom's fit? Is that this what that was? Like, this is just for aesthetics only. Like, remember, she's cute. Remember how much y'all like her eyes? And it looks, she's giving titties. Like, Esther, please. Quana.
Ashley took me out so bad. I was trying to hold it together. I mean, look, we wait till the 11th hour for Rowan to pop some titties out so that she could be sexy. We were supposed to get sexy the whole show because interview is sexy. We didn't get sexy at all. They didn't even give a sip with a t-shirt off, sweat dripping scene yet. He's supposed to be baby Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown don't keep a shirt on. I'm trying to just figure out what's going on. So you finally get here and you wait to the 11th hour to give us something that could be shocking, but you tease the shocking. But honestly, it wouldn't even make sense for them to show anything because we've been cloaked behind everything else. Everything else has been so mild and tame so far in the show. But that would have at least been something, like them just getting it on in the middle with like the screens. I mean, I guess they were just regular hunching, but I would have liked it better if maybe like he had turned or gave us like a little bit of like Rosemary's Baby type action. But again, we don't see any of that. So I'm just trying to figure out like, why is she trying to stop the wedding? Is it because she wants him? Because that's her man. That's my man. Like, what is it? You're not going to do nothing about Lark? That's the man's name, Lark. Because I'm about to call him Jonah again, y'all know. About Jonah being, I guess they done gave him some blood, tied him into the family, did a little midsommar, put a little drop of blood in the
but does that mean he can no longer, because it was like he was under complete spell. It's like, no, sit down, no, come this way. Does this mean you're under their complete control? You're more than just in the family from the looks of it.
I'm thinking that's what it is. That's why the little boy, when he tried to make the little connection with the little baby boy and he thought he was getting somewhere, but that boy is locked in too. He was like, you go to school, you can go be somebody. You could be somebody. And
I want to be somebody.
Go somewhere. Wake up and pay attention. So I just, and again, this is just more confirmation of how Rowan just really is inept, and she can't even. She was inside of the Victrola, inside Julian's brain, I guess, and now you don't even realize he's sitting right next to you.
Yeah, that's
so
what
just
I'm saying.
Shows she's so weak.
Like, where do the powers lie? How far do they go? I was hoping we would end off the episode with hopefully Julian not knowing the extent of her power and she's gonna play it cool. But I know this isn't Cortland. Y'all can't never give us
nothing. Even just a little something like little to the side, that's suspicious.
Like, what do you mean? There's nothing. You didn't get any information. You were gone for quite some. Like, you tell me something. Remember we talked on the phone and you said you were gonna try. Like, it was just nothing. No side eye. She's just gonna be dumb, just slow till the end. See.
She can't put it together because she's distracted because her man is getting married right before her eyes. That's what the problem is. She about to pull a Dwayne and stop the wedding. And that's what's the whole purpose of the cleavage being out, to be distracting for Lasher. But I noticed that she got some competition in the blue eye department because wifey got them same piercing blue eyes, baby girl. So you can't even distract them with the gazes and the looks anymore. So I thought that was hilarious. But I thought it was a pretty wedding, right? It's a pretty spring wedding, spring outdoor kind of situation. I like that, they had their traditional, garb on, the men at least.
Yeah.
Rowan looked scary, but everyone else looked good. And the whole modesty blanket tarp thing is hilarious to me because I always thought that AMC kind of took it there. Like I feel like
They
back in the day,
do. Normally they I told you this show is built in prime ready to go for the CW. I don't know why.
yeah,
We barely see any blood and we rarely see any sex. They cut away and they leave these scenes just as quickly as they start them. Now, when they pulled this tent down, I literally went. I did
yeah.
Malcolm and so I was like, here we go with the shit. What are y'all pulling the tent down for? What are we pulling down the damn tent for? We can't never have nothing. We can't even get a little beastly and let us see something. Let us see
Nothing.
this
Not
passion.
even no thrusts or grunts or nothing. They just said put the tarp down.
It's they're not the modesty blanket. Y'all, please.
I mean, because they showed more skin in Robin Hood Men in Tights when Mary had that little chastity belt
Yes,
on.
fact.
She pulled that skirt back and she had that little chastity belt.
No,
They showed a little. They could have did a little something like that.
so no skin,
A
no
little thing
boobs.
to the
It's
side.
the most skin we got
Oh,
all season. This
that was a good one
partial
too.
pale pasty chicken cutlet cleavage on Rowan. I don't want to see this. Her white ass. This show pisses me off. I'm sorry, y'all. This makes me mad. Put this pasty white woman in my face all season and she ain't doing nothing. She ain't even likable. Y'all gave her this job because she has blue eyes. Go to hell. Ashley, one of these have to go.
Oh, the wedding singer can go. The wedding singer can go.
That was
The
so
wedding
quick.
singer can
That was
go
so
immediately.
quick.
Yeah, no need to even think
So
about it.
quick.
I like Adam Sandler in moments. I like Drew in moments, but get rid of it. Princess Bride is iconic, and the wedding planner. I mean, it's cute. J Lo was in her bag with these rom coms in this era, so yeah, it's the wedding singer for me. Get out of there.
I'm gonna go. The wedding planner can go. It can get out of my face. I was never hearing outside for J Lo in her early mid '90s rom com era. J Lo is Selena, and that's all. That's all I got for her. Selena, anything for Selena. That's all I got. I don't have nothing else for J Lo. You know, peace be unto that woman, but it was never that. The Princess Bride and the Wedding Singer will be staying. Quana,
Um, Now the rub is I've never seen The Wedding Singer. I know, but when I tell you, 51st Dates is my movie.
mm-hmm.
And
Better
so, because of the strength of that, I feel like their chemistry is so
oh
good.
no.
So I'm going to keep The Wedding Singer because I am like Tyra. I was never here for J Lo outside of Selena's. She had a couple of little movies here and there in the '90s that was all right,
Uh-huh.
but nah, she could go. This was a trash. This was a trash concept too. How you the wedding planner still in the groom?
Because they was trash.
Right.
Quana,
There's
everybody
some
was trash.
season
Still
hoes back in the
getting
day, even 90s hoes.
Oh no, Monster in Law, Made in Manhattan. Listen,
I just wasn't. The
I
only
wasn't.
thing, and that's not even me giving her credit, the Cell is a gorgeous horror film. It is. The Cell is just the epitome, like chef's kiss. But that still like low-key has nothing to do with J-Lo's performance as an actress. I just was never outside. She can go. And please watch The Wedding Singer. It is so good. If you like 51st Dates, then you're gonna really love The Wedding Singer. See?
I like The Wedding Singer. I feel like they had great chemistry in that movie. The Princess Bride is iconic, so that will be staying. So that leaves the Wedding Planner. I haven't seen it. I'm not a fan of J Lo. Like you guys said, the only one as good as Selena, and enough when she was fighting them folks off. So yeah, it's going to be the Wedding Planner for me. It's
She
got to
gets
go.
me off there too. I am not some woman who lets her husband beat her up. Shut up, Jennifer. Shut up, Jennifer. Just get out the scene. Get out the scene, Jennifer. It's Selena's. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah,
Selena's.
Selena's. Closing us out.
We made it.
Never would have made it. We made it to the finale, the final predictions of it all. We are here, at which I have nothing. I have nothing. Probably because I don't want to have anything. I'm not trying to have nothing. I have nothing. Ashley?
Mhm. Not a damn thing. I just honestly don't care. Like I said, I think that she'll pop out a baby at that same wedding. They'll open the tent. That lady will pop out that thing that they just created in the tent. Rowan will probably try to eat the baby or do something strange. I have no, Lark will die. Other than that, that's all I got. I don't. I wanted to care. I wanted to care, but I just don't. And look at Rowan over there looking evil. I hope she gets a power or something in the final episode. And like I said, I hope they hurt her in some way. I hope Rowan gets.
Quana.
My final predictions are everybody can die. I don't like any of them. Why is this the second? This is we about to be at the end. And we're over here in Ireland or wherever they are instead of in New Orleans. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why are we not in New Orleans? That's where the show's supposed to be. I don't like it. No, I think they're gonna kill Ashler, whatever the man's name is, or they're gonna try to, and somehow or another, they're gonna all get taken out, and it's gonna be the end. There's no, I just don't know. I don't see it for anybody. I don't see it for anybody. Wipe the whole family's power out. They don't. None of them deserve it because they don't even know what to do with it.
Thank you, Quana. Thank you, Darfalina, for the $10. Darfalina said, "I predict that in the finale, my suffering will be over." At least we stuck it out, y'all. At least we stuck it out. You can't say that we aren't committed. I was here every Monday. Doing these, like, y'all don't know how much it takes for me to. I don't even want to do these slides. I don't even want to give this show an ounce of time. And I was like, you know what? We finished what we started around here. I'm committed, and we're gonna go. We're gonna go. See, any predictions at all?
Okay, so I have a prediction that Lark ain't going to make it through. I think he's going to die. I also, I think that's my only prediction as far as the show's. I think Lark is not going to make it, but I would like to say my least favorite weddings.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I skip your least favorite?
My least favorite wedding is Thumbelina, when she had to marry that toad man. That was one of the worst weddings, and luckily her boo thing came in at the nick of time. And my other least favorite wedding.
What is this, an animation?
Y'all never seen Thumbelina?
Yes,
Thumbelina.
Yes, Thumbelina.
Yeah, it's just a cartoon, but it's a back in the day cartoon. It's a movie. But my very worst wedding is that movie Claudine with James Earl Jones. That was the worst wedding because he was dusty the whole film. Her son had to clock him in the face to get him to come and do right by his mother.
Awful.
So that was the worst wedding. That one.
I have never seen Thumbelina, and I'm good on that. What?
It's so good. Look it up. And the music is
good. Thumbelina. Okay.
She said Thumbelina.
No, all these people can go by the wayside. Everybody could die in the next episode. They can just kill everybody off. Like, don't leave it open. What kills me is I really think that this show is going to get renewed. I really do. Something in my bones just makes me feel like it's going to get renewed, and so many other things just don't, and it's just really unfortunate. I want to know who do you know, Esther? Who do the showrunners know? How is this show keep getting funded? And who? Because we're hate watching and commitment watching at this point, but who's like watching it going, I love this show. Is there a community for this show?
Esther slinging some good cootenanny. That's all I can come up with. That is all I can. She knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Because there's no way this should have gotten a second season.
It's stressful.
No,
well, y'all, before we tell y'all what we got coming for the rest of the week, we're gonna be getting into some blackness before we were absolutely done with Black History Month. Of course, we've been having our watch-alongs. This week is my turn, and we got a Black director, a Black writer, and an all-Black cast, and this is what we're watching. If you want to be a part of it and watch the movie and all that good stuff, please become a member. We'll be right back.
In this neighborhood is a house where souls never rest. You're invited to share their secrets. You're invited to share their tales. Their scams. Tales of madness. Of revenge.
The dolls don't want you there. They want reparation.
Of horror.
He thinks he needs to kill, not
Now, your most terrifying nightmare and your most frightening reality are about to meet on the streets.
And this is a trip, homie. I don't need nothing from no house of dead folks, okay?
All right, as you guys can see, we are watching Tales from the Hood. If you want to join us, you know what you need to do. I'm just anybody can go. Quana, tell the people what you got.
I will be doing a review / breakdown or discussion of Can You Feel the Beat? Because I finally got a chance to watch that, which is the Lisa and Cult Jam story. So if you were a fan of Lisa and Cult Jam, you definitely want to tune in for that. And I will be finally updating on Paradise because I am so behind, but I have been following it like a hawk. So those are the two big things that will be coming out of this week.
Thank you so much, Quana. The way I'm really tired. Like I think I have a headache and some other stuff. C, tell the people what's going on, like Marvin Gaye.
All right, so I just dropped my watch along for this episode of Mayfair Witches. I got out a little late, but I made it happen. So it's on my channel right now. Also, I'm going to be with me and my girlfriends. We're going to be discussing March's book coming up in a little bit, and that's going to be Little Stranger by Leah Rivers. It's supposed to be very scandalous. The TikTok girlies are loving it, so we're going to be talking about it in March. Also, either this week or next week, before the finale, I'm going to be dropping the Lasher book discussion video. I've been had them in my drafts for a minute. I haven't released. So that's going to happen very soon on my channel. And also, I'm currently talking about Invincible season 3, and we'll be talking about Daredevil Born Again in March. So that's what's going on See the Superior.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Anything, Ashley?
Yeah, you guys, I dropped like 4 uploads over the weekend, so please go show those some love. I did a series review on 1,000 Blows, which I think is an incredible period piece that aired on Hulu. All 6 episodes are out. I did a review on Lovecraft Country, a solo upload on that, as well as The Paradise, kind of like a catch up for the season so far. So please go run up those uploads. Please make sure you're subscribed to everybody on the panel and you have the notification bell hit. Don't forget tomorrow night we will be back to talk live, to watch MAFS live, episode 17, and then immediately after we have our Lovecraft Country episode 2 watch along. We'll have that discussion. We're having Josephine Baker cosplay this week, like so much. Flavor Flav on Friday. Y'all just make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on. A ton of good stuff coming your way. And thank y'all for being here.
Absolutely. With that being said, we're gonna go. We're gonna go right now. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us. We look forward to finishing this out. I'm actually curious as to how they're going to close this out, because the idea is to close it out with enough chutzpah to where anybody will be looking forward to the 3rd season if they got one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. But we will definitely see you for the next Mayfair Monday. Everybody have a good night.
You got another super Tyler.
Oh.